Students, this is Michael Festel and this is my video on virtue ethics. Here you have the invincible Roman invasion army at the height of its powers conquering Egypt. As you can see, the Egyptians are hopelessly inferior. All their hopes hence rest on their queen, Cleopatra. Can she counter the Roman attack? Cleopatra considers meeting the Roman soldiers in the field in order to enter peace negotiations for keeping Egyptians' independence. This is of course a high-risk strategy, since the Romans could simply capture her and thereby weaken the situation of the Egyptians even further. On the other hand, meeting the Romans in battle is also kind of hopeless. A proponent of virtue ethics is interested in exactly these kind of situations. Her approach is targeted at ethically judging individual behavior. She would thereby suggest to aim for the middle. For the virtue ethicist, correct ethical action often means balancing between extremes. In Cleopatra's case, this would mean, as Aristotle says in our text, to find the courageous action. And the courageous action is the one that is equally distant from the rash and from the cowardly action. Doing nothing would be cowardly. As the queen, Cleopatra must prize the well-being of her country over and above her individual well-being. But simply meeting the Roman army all alone would be rash. She would be at their mercy. The courageous action, as the action between these two extremes, might be to first of all send a delegate, maybe this guy. The delegate could talk to the Romans and thereby inquire how the Romans would react to direct negotiations with Cleopatra. If the Romans sent positive signals, she should then risk meeting them personally. This is how the quest for the middle, and hence the courageous action, could look like. The case delineates the following important aspects of virtue ethics. First, virtue ethics is primarily concerned with individual behavior. What is the virtuous act for a specific person in a specific situation? The first prerogative of virtue ethics is hence to make people virtuous, every one of them. And this works via education. Third, being virtuous often means to find the middle between two extremes. Being courageous is virtuous because it constitutes the middle between rashness, an excess of courage, and cowardice, a lack of courage. Well, we all know how Cleopatra's story ended: suicide by snake.